Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are just days away from NFL free agency, and the rumors are going up and up and up, and of course they involve the New England Patriots. We can pretty much rule out all of the Max Crosby stuff because that is completely gone. I think he's going to be a Chicago Bear, but it starts with the wide receivers. And I think the Patriots are going to make a big splash next week when it comes to a wide receiver. We'll see if it happens to be Alec Pierce. We'll see if it happens to be A.J. Brown. We'll see all the other wide receiver free agents that happen because you have to replace Stefon Diggs. Unfortunately, he was cut, but we kind of expected that after the Super Bowl with the cap hit that he had, with all the off the field issues that he was dealing with. So it was most likely that we were going to move on from him. But we got a couple of days away, and it's very exciting because the NFL offseason, it's all the time, man. The season never freaking stops. And I'm ready for it. I miss football, but this is just as good. So as we start every single live show, I want to know, where are you watching from? Shout out your city down in the comments section. I see 87 people already. So if we got 87 people, hit that thumbs up icon. But where are you watching from? I see Michael in the comments. You're very sick. I hope you're doing okay, my guy. Mike, I'd rather have Alec Pierce or both. I'll get into my take in a second. Your boy Trev, you're all the way in Chicago now? I hope it's warmer out there. Chris LaPlante in Manassas, Virginia. Mr. Snoopy in Western Massachusetts. Mr. Snoopy, I will get to your comments in just a little bit because I see it. I know I haven't talked about Brian Thomas Jr. I just don't think he's getting traded. Matthew in Alabama. Icy Dog in Boston. Christian Barmore's lawyer in Lawrence. Trevor Clark, it sucks that we lost DJ Moore to the stupid Bills. I'll get into that in a bit because I think the Bills doing that screwed over the Patriots. And it's not because they got DJ Moore, it's but how they got him. It completely F's over the New England Patriots. Matthew Marks in Bama. Trevor Clark in New Hampshire. Mando in L.A. Super Thunder in New York. Kish in Natick. Your boy Trav, we signed some guy. Yeah, trash. I made a video on it, and I'll just say that he's not great. He was a practice squad player in all of 2025. Jesse, what was his name? Jesse, I can't see. That's how bad it is. I'm just like, meh. Okay, it has the writing on the wall that it tells me that we are not going to re-sign Kayvon Chason. Jesse Lacada. That's who it is. He was with the Cardinals 2 years ago. He tried to be on the Los Angeles Rams practice squad for a little bit, but couldn't. He never got called up, and he didn't play the whole entire season. So it's probably a contract to see what he is like, what he was like for the offseason. He'll be a training camp. He'll be in the preseason and probably get cut. He might be a practice squad guy, but I don't think he's making the team. Yeah, Bills got fleeced, but it still screws the Patriots over. And we'll get to that in a bit. Because I'm happy that they gave him a second-round pick because that completely F's their future. They're trying to keep that window open for a title. But the bigger picture for us is it hurts our trade stock for trading for any other player. Any other player. I don't care about DJ Moore. I don't think he's good, but you're trading a second-round pick. So I'll ask you guys this because wide receivers is the talk of a lot. It's the talk a ton. And there's a big debate on who the Patriots should sign at wide receiver. And there's one, Alec Pierce. And there's the other guy, A.J. Brown. So I want to know, who do you guys want? If you had your choice, would you go after A.J. Brown or go after Alec Pierce? I'm going after A.J. I don't like Alec Pierce now because you guys, all the Patriots fans, including myself, are hyping him up as he's like this gigantic Randy Moss type player. He's not. I'm tired of it. I can't stand it. We cannot get both people. Everybody needs to calm down with the option of we can get Alec Pierce and another guy. No. If you sign Alec Pierce, he is your number one option. You are not going to go out there and get another wide receiver that is better than Alec Pierce. It's not going to happen. So that is your question. Do you want Alec Pierce to be your number one wide receiver? Because you're going to have to pay him $27 to $30 million. Or would you go for A.J. Brown, where you could trade maybe a first-round pick for him? You want Wan'Dale Robinson, Cam? You want Wan'Dale Robinson? I wouldn't mind him. I don't mind him, but he's a slot, and he's just okay. But that's the problem. You want a slot receiver who just got his 1,000 yards in his first season. It took 4 years for him to get a 1,000-yard season. But you want a deep threat that took 4 years to get a 1,000-yard season? Are we sure? Are we sure? Like, no, I don't want Alec Pierce. He's too much money. It's too much money. Now for $20 million, I'd do that in a heartbeat. But it's going to cost you $30. It's going to cost you $27 to $30 or $30 million. Well, what's going to cost you $30 is some merch. And we got merch for you here on the channel. We're doing St. Patrick's Day gear, and you can get your t-shirts today, $29.99. I think we're doing a little deal here. I think it's $5 off shipping, so get yours today. If you want to support the Patriots, if you want to support the perfect holiday that is just around the corner, it's a couple weeks from now, and I know in New England and across the entire country, you're going to be celebrating. Chatsports.com/PatsGreen. You can get your t-shirts today, and I'm going to put that in the comments and description of today's show. There we go. You're high if you don't want Alec Pierce. I don't want Alec Pierce because he's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. He was fourth in targets. Fourth in targets for the Colts. Michael Pittman had more. Josh Downs had more. Why would I want that? Why would I want that? Just because he's proven himself for 1 year? And, he proved himself for 1 year. Here's $30 million a year. No. You got to prove yourself to me, dude. You had 1 year with 1,000 yards. You know who else had 1 year with 1,000 yards? Wan'Dale Robinson. Unbelievable. The hype towards Alec Pierce is because there is no other wide receiver in free agency. And you want to say, Brett, but, he's had Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones and Phillip Rivers throwing him the ball. That's why. Anthony Richardson, the only thing he does well is throw the ball deep. That's it. It's the only thing he does well. And what is the only thing that Alec Pierce does well? Catch the ball deep. A.J. Brown is the perfect fit. And I'm giving a first and a third for him. Easily. But you guys want Alec Pierce. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm okay. You're going to have to get somebody, but because we can't go into this season with it's a big question. But I have the receiving targets right here. Tyler Warren had more targets. Michael Pittman had more targets. Josh Downs had more targets. And then there's Alec Pierce. You expect me, the guy that's fourth in targets, is supposed to be a number one wide receiver? I don't think so. I don't believe it. J-Rod coming in with a 10. Mike, you're crazy. You're crazy. A lot of people want him, Mr. Snoopy. Steven, Maye's also a deep ball thrower. Yeah, I get that. You get the best deep ball thrower and a really, really good deep ball catcher. But who's going to be your wide receiver too? Because if it's Kayshon Boutte, your wide receiver core is Alec Pierce with the number 1. It's Kayshon Boutte at number 2. It's Kyle Williams at number 3. And then your slot wide receiver is Pop Douglas. So your safety that you go up against, whatever team you go up against, you don't have to double Kayshon Boutte. No offense to Kayshon Boutte. He is not a guy that is going to get doubled every play. So you just take the safety over top and you put him on Alec Pierce. And then Alec Pierce, deep threat, completely knocked out. And what else can Alec Pierce do? Not much. Matt Collins is still on the team, Peso, but he is the backup. He's behind. He is fourth on the depth chart, or third, I guess, on the depth chart now with Stefon Diggs going. He is third on the depth chart with now Stefon Diggs gone. So but he would be behind Alec Pierce and Kayshon Boutte. You're not going to have Alec Pierce, Kayshon Boutte, and Matt Collins on the field at the same time because you need a slot wide receiver unless you're going empty set on third down. What's going on, Levon Smith? You think we're going to trade Pop, Trav? I think it's a possibility. I would trade him in an A.J. Brown trade. I would do that, but we'll see. I mean, he's got 1 year left in his contract. Do I think he's going to be on the team post his contract? I don't think he's getting an extension. Addison, Mr. Snoopy, I would take Addison 10 times out of 10 over Alec Pierce. I would do it 10 times out of 10. J-Rod coming in with a 10. All right, we trade Pop and Mac for a 5th or 6th round pick. Then we signed Rashid Shaheed to be our fast wide receiver. Then we get A.J. Brown with our first and plus new picks after that. We draft Jacoby. This gives us a wide receiver 1, 2, and a future young core. Is Pop... I wouldn't trade Matt Collins. I like his blocking ability, but I'm for trading Pop Douglas. I'm for that. We resign Rashid Shaheed, which he is literally the same thing as Alec Pierce. He's the same exact player, except Alec Pierce is just a little bit better. That would be a good pick. You're probably going to get him for $15, $16 million for Rashid Shaheed. Maybe you can get him on a light deal for $14 million. You trade A.J. Brown for the 31st pick. You still have the cap space for all that. I mean, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I think so. Tyreek Hill is not playing. Ryan, you have to trade for Addison. You have to trade for Addison. Jordan Addison is on the Vikings. He's not a free agent. He's not a free agent. I'm not trading Efton Chisholm, Super Thunder. Sorry, but that's not happening. Brandon Ayuk, no. We already dealt with one wide receiver that was like that. I'm not dealing with 2, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think Addison's going to be here. Addison's still a great talent, but I'm not happening. But I see your super chat, Joshua. Yeah, me too, Braden. If we signed Alec Pierce for $21 million, I'm going to rave about it. If we sign Alec Pierce for $30 million, then I'm going to go crazy about it. I'm going to crash out. It's too much money. Hold on, Bruce, the connection. Boom. Shout out to J-Rod 36. And we also got another one. It's coming in. Yeah, Michael, I see you. You shouldn't release Diggs without a plan. They have a plan. You were getting $16 million in cap. $16 million in cap. Hold on. Oh, my God. Where is... there we go. Oh, man. Shout out to Joshua Santos coming in with a 10. We'll get to the segments in a second. Trade the first round pick and Pop for A.J. Brown and then a 6th and go sign the speed demon himself. Henry Ruggs is not getting out of prison. You are insane. You are insane. We got a signing, Gunnar Olszewski to the Giants, former Patriot. Henry Ruggs is still in jail. He's still in jail. But I agree with the first half. First and Pop, I'm sign me up. Sign me up. Absolutely, sign me up. Yeah, he is worth the first round pick. I don't know why you guys are crazy. We got 140 people in the chat right now. Hit that thumbs up icon, people. Hit that thumbs up icon. Yeah, we also have our mailbag going on, so use hashtag Patriots. Trevor, I know. I know he's returning tomorrow. Exactly, Trav. If we had pick 12, I'd be like, you're out of your freaking mind for the first round pick for A.J. Brown. But we have pick 31. We have pick 31. You realize, like, everybody was talking about the whole entire offseason. Well, for the last 2 weeks. Monroe Freeling. Guess what? He's being a top 15 pick. We lost out on him. We have the 31st pick. That's basically a second round pick. You just give him the first round pick. Just do it already. We got a good show. 3 segments for you guys. We're going to be talking about Diggs replacements. We also Boye Mafe to the Patriots. That could be a possibility for on the edge because I think the Patriots are out on Max Crosby. And also, I'm going to tell you guys exactly why the Buffalo Bills getting or trading for DJ Moore is screwing over the Patriots. Screwing over the Patriots. At first, I was so celebratory. I was like, they got DJ Moore? Cool. It's a mid-wide receiver, 50 catches. That's really going to help you out, Josh Allen. But then I saw what they traded him for, and it just boosted the trade value for A.J. Brown. So, crazy, which is unfreaking believable. So we get, of course, the mailbag. We'll be ending with a mailbag. I don't think DJ Moore was a good move, but you just screwed over the entire NFL with what you just traded. We got a good show for you guys. 3 segments, but we got to get these like numbers up. We got 150 people in the chat right now, guys. And you guys come in and you don't even hit the thumbs up icon. You want to come in here and talk football, talk ball as we always do? Well, it's common courtesy. It's like taking your shoes off. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. It's free. It's easy. We're not starting the show until we get to at least 70 likes. If we got 160 people joining us now, we got to get that at least to less than 100 likes. If you're on your phone, you like this or you like this, turn it up and then just hit that right there. Hit that right there. We got to get to 70. Gizzard Wizard, he's old. Yeah, I thought DJ Moore was old too. He's 28 years old. So if you're calling DJ Moore old, you're calling me old. Because I am also 28 years old. We are not getting A.J. Brown or Alec Pierce. The Texans chat is in here hating. Who? I don't see Jeremy Chuggs in here. Giants might have the best coaching staff. Goddamn. Trade for JSN or K9. K9 is a free agent. K9 is a free agent. With releasing Diggs, the DJ Moore trade, and the draft, having a bunch of athletic receivers and edge rushers and tackles, what is the game plan? Perfect question, Trav. Perfect question. We're not getting K9. Please stop. K9 is getting like $16 million. You got Ethan on the ones and twos. First time been on Patriots this week. Last week we had Mike. I tell it all the time. We get new producers here all the time. Ethan, what is your team?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, you're a Cowboys fan.
Dallas Cowboys.
Nikhil,
America's team, even.
America's team. We'll see.
That is what it is.
Is it America's team in 2020?
It is America's team.
I don't know.
Some could even say it's God's team, since you can open up the roof and he can watch his favorite team play.
Yeah, the greatest picture involves Tom Brady from Cowboy Stadium.
Well, he's the best player of all time.
There we go. Houday, I've been good. I've just been watching basketball nonstop. I miss football. My guy for president. Will you be my vice president? Santos, you can't say that in the chat, brother. Stop clowning Ethan. He's suffered enough. Yeah, the Cowboys suffered enough. But, I see your replica Oklahoma City ring all the time. I see your replica, this one. There we go.
Hey, shout out the Thunder. Worked with them last season. One of the best teams in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a baller. People always want to say he's a foul baiter. He's not. If you actually know basketball, unlike all these Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics fans.
I'm not a Celtics fan.
I know. But I have a feeling there are a good amount of Celtics fans in the chat, and I just want you to know it's the Thunder's league now. You can either get with the program or,
That was the worst. I watched the game last night. That was the worst game I've ever watched all season. I can't. I'm not even going to get into it because we're talking Patriots, and this is a Patriots and Boston channel, and I am not going to get aggressive with what I watched last night, which was the most disgusting performance I have ever seen in my freaking life. I hate the refs. I can't stand it, and I'm just gonna leave it there. No, I'm not a Celtics fan, Russell. I'm trying to fix my audio. I'm trying so I don't peak. I think we're good there. No, I'm not a Celtics fan. I've made that very abundantly clear. If you want Celtics coverage, go watch Celtics Today by Smitty, who's an actual Celtics fan. And we are not getting bounced in round one. Not a chance. No chance in hell. We'll see Boston in the semis. What do I think about Kyler going to the Vikings? All right, we got 75. Good for them. you gotta do something different than 9. You have to. You have to. All right, guys, we got to 75. We've been talking for 20 minutes, just shooting the bleep. You know what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. Let's start off. You can push me across, Ethan, get this cold open started for us, and we're going to talk about the replacements for Stefon Diggs because you got to find one. You got to absolutely find one. Jettas, no. You're going to have to trade 2 first-round picks for Justin Jefferson, and that's just not happening. That's just absolutely not happening. Levon, same. Same. I'm from Delaware. You think the amount of questions that I got when, because everybody in my high school knew who I was, the amount of questions that I got saying, you're a Patriots fan, and then that basketball team? Because I'm not going to say it. I'm just, And I'm like, yes. My dad's from New York. And I've always been a Pats fan. Maybe you are, Mr. Snoopy. Maybe you are. All right, we ready? All righty. I'll give you enough time so you can get to the intro. All right, let's talk about it. Yes, Cam, I am. See, everybody has a different basketball team. We're Patriots fans here. Santos, relax. Let's get into it. All right. Keep asking your questions, #Patriots, and we'll get to that in the mailbag in a little bit. But let's talk Stefon Diggs replacements. So Stefon Diggs was cut by the New England Patriots on Wednesday. And so the question is, who is going to be that replacement wide receiver? Well, we're going to talk about it on today's show because I have 5 wide receivers that could be on the New England Patriots in 2026. But before we go and do that, I got a challenge for you guys. I'm trying to beat Jeremy Chuggs at the sub battle right now. And that's wrong. It is 46,000. We are not beating him. I want to show it to Jeremy Chuggs. We are at 46, and we got a couple of them, 901. But he is at 47, 747. And guess what? It's bad. But we give you guys all the content every single day. So if you want to stay up to date, especially with free agency, and put it to all those Texans fans that still think they're talking trash after the playoffs, go hit that sub button right now. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And the biggest question of probably the next week, 2 weeks, or whenever they make a move is who will replace Stefon Diggs on this roster? Because unless you completely live under a rock and didn't know the news, well, the Patriots ended up releasing Stefon Diggs after what I would call an incredible season. No one ever thought that he was going to get 1,000 yards, be ready for week 1. But the Patriots, with the cap hit that he had, decided, I think it's time for us best to move on. And that came from Tom Pelissero on Wednesday at about 4:25 Eastern time. And he said releasing him once the league year starts next week. Once you cannot make a release unless you cut him or before the league year starts. So they already informed him. He posted it all on social media and said, thank you for the time. It was actually very nice. And I will literally probably be sad that he's not on the team. But it was best for the Patriots to get the type of cap space. And I'll say, the replacements that I have 5 of them. I think 5 guys could possibly be on the Patriots in 2026. And these are guys that you can either trade for or guys that you can sign in free agency next week. So let's get into it. And you know the first one that we are going to talk about because it is my number 1 guy that I want on the Patriots ever since 2019 when we drafted N'Keal Harry over him. And that is A.J. Brown. I want A.J. Brown on the Patriots right now. I am tired of the rumors. I'm tired of all its spiking. If you know me, and just watch this channel for the last year. I was making A.J. Brown videos back in August of last season. I want him on the Patriots right now. I think he'd be the perfect fit. And right now, They have all the moves that you could possibly make going in to the offseason. Why? Because, well, after you cut Stefon Diggs, you have the option of getting whatever you want because they had 16 extra million in cap space now. And according to Rap Sheet, this was aggregated from Carlos A. Lopez, it said Patriots have cleared the decks salary cap-wise to make a big move. A.J. Brown would certainly be the name to discuss. What the New England Patriots have in store for us over the next week is going to be very, very fascinating. So why would Rap Sheet say this? Why would Rap Sheet say this? Well, according to Ben Beltford-Peltzman, who was with the Patriots beat, he's also a reporter. You can find him on Twitter. He reported that the Eagles are listening to offers for A.J. Brown, and they have got an offer from the Patriots. But however, I'm told Philadelphia is currently asking for a first and a second-round pick, a Quinnen Williams-type deal, as they call it. So New England is not willing to meet at this time. And after trading for DJ Moore for a second-round pick, the Buffalo Bills, well, they just made that value go to 100%, a first-round pick for A.J. Brown. And honestly, I think he's worth it. If you look at the stats the last 4 seasons, 1,000 yards in all of the 4, at least 7 touchdowns in all of the 4, over 10 yards per catch in all of the 4, and of course, 120-23, 78 receptions. When you have just a mid-ass quarterback under center, Jalen Hurts is terrible. Come on, man. A.J. Brown is still doing that. So get him on the Patriots right now. And I think this trade would get the deal done. Howie Roseman should accept it right now. This is from ESPN. You get A.J. Brown, and you're giving up a 31st, a 3rd, and a 6th. The Patriots have a ton of 6th-round picks, and you can get rid of a 3rd-round pick and a 1st-round pick because you're probably going to use one of those picks on a wide receiver. So you are literally getting a top guy for these type of picks. I'm doing this trade in a heartbeat. But the real question is, are you giving up a 1st-round pick for A.J. Brown? Because a lot of people are, and a lot of people aren't. It's like split down the middle, 50-50. So you let me know down in the comment section. What are you guys doing? Are you giving up one? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an N for no down in the comments section. The second one, I mean, this is the obvious one. It is literally what everybody is arguing. It's Alec Pierce. And here we go. Of course, Alec Pierce, the number 1 wide receiver in free agency. And I think that he is getting a lot of credit that he shouldn't because he is the only wide receiver on the market. And after they released Diggs, Jordan Schultz, he came out with a report that said the Patriots have been been in on big names in the wide receiver free agent market and are believed to spend big. And Alec Pierce is among the names that they've been eyeing. This trade market is also an option. So they're keeping their options with probably either Alec Pierce or A.J. Brown. And Alec Pierce is younger than A.J. Brown, but I can't get around it just getting Alec Pierce on the Patriots. Do I think it would be a perfect fit? 110% it'd be a good fit, but I just don't know. And Alec Pierce, he talked about just what he wants to see in free agency. And he said, well, quarterback play, stability in a franchise, a winning culture. I would say those are the most important. And what does the Patriots have? All of that. And being in Indy, I played with a ton of quarterbacks. I think they're on their way to figuring that out with Daniel Jones. I've understood the battles that have come with not having stability. So I think as a free agent, I'll be something that I would look into a lot. Well, the Patriots have all those. Stability, a winning culture. They have a nice quarterback. So perfect with that. But his last 4 seasons, man, he only has 1 good year. I mean, under 1,000 yards in 2024, under 1,000 yards in 23, ended his rookie year 22. He has 1 season of 1,000 yards. And 1 season of 1,000 yards, a great year with 6 touchdowns, and you are the only guy on the market that is worth the type of money. But he could command $30 million a year. 30! That's like T. Higgins money. And is T. Higgins way better than Alec Pierce? Hell yes. I am so wrapped around the fact of how could you make Alec Pierce your number 1 receiver? Because if you sign him for $30 million, he will be your number 1 wide receiver. You sign him for $30 million, you do not have the option to go out and get a guy like A.J. Brown. Or if a guy, let's say it's not specifically him, but if T. Higgins became available, well, you can't get him. Because guess what? You're paying Alec Pierce all that money. He was 4th in targets for the Colts, behind Tyler Warren, behind Michael Pittman Jr., behind Josh Downs. And you expect me to believe that Alec Pierce is going to be that number one option and just jump to your best wide receiver? That cannot happen. And you're spending all that money. I'm not for it. If he's available for 20, 100% go for it. But for $30 million for a guy that has proved it once, I'm not about it. Go get me A.J. Brown. The next guy on the list is an old man, and I think that if you could get him for the right price, I would do it. And that is Mike Evans. But Mike Evans, once again, is old as hell. We'll break it down a little bit more, but first, I got to tell you about some merch that is going on. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. $30 for a t-shirt, and you can rep the Patriots. You can rep your favorite team while also repping the holiday. If you go out, most of the time, you are 100% wearing green, so don't miss out on this offer. Chatsports.com/PatsGreen. I'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. And if you're in our live show while we're recording this, you can also find that down in the live chat. Chatsports.com/PatsGreen. If you buy it today, you might get it by St. Patrick's Day. But if not, we'll have to wait and see. Let's get to it. Mike Evans. He's an old man. He's going to be 33 when the season starts down in September. And he was dealing with injuries all season long. But I still think you can see 6'5", 231. He is still an amazing receiver. But he's old. And is he worth that type of money? The last 4 years, this is the first year in his career that date backs all the way to like 2015 where he didn't have 1,000 yards. But why is that? Well, because he literally only played in 8 games, 4 drops in this season. In 2024, still had 74 catches, 1,000 yards. 2023, 1,200 yards and 80. In 2022, same exact thing. You get a repeated, and you know exactly what you're getting out of Mike Evans. I still think there's something left in the tank with Mike Evans. Now, do I think that he is going to be your long-term answer? No, this is going to be the same exact thing as you got with A.J. Brown, a guy that is, or not A.J. Brown, with Stefon Diggs, a guy that is coming out of injury the next season and still has the ability to perform. But is he going to be your long-term? This could be a one-year rental, because you can later find a top wide receiver in A, the draft, or B, free agency when we get to the next free agent market. This is a term factor. This is the time that you can find a guy, not your long-term effect with Alec Pierce. And Mike Evans, he gave a criteria that he wanted for his next team, because I think that he is leaving Tampa Bay. And it's A, a QB he believes in. Oh, Patriots have that. Oh, B, chance at a Super Bowl. Oh, Patriots have that. A top-shelf offensive coordinator. Guess what? The Pats have that too. And the promise of high-volume touches. Pats have all of this criteria right here. So if he wants to take a pay cut, maybe a 13 to 14 one-year $1 million deal, I'd rather go and do that than give Alec Pierce 4 years, $120 million at 75 guaranteed. Easy as that. You get your guy for a year. You still have that window open while Drake Maye and before Gonzo's contract kicks in. You have Drake Maye on that rookie deal, and you can still have that possibility of winning a Super Bowl. That is why I would probably go after Mike Evans. The fourth guy on my list, whatever happens, if you sign a guy to a long-term deal or you trade for a top wide receiver, I'd go with Romeo Doubs. I think Romeo Doubs is one of the most underrated wide receivers in football. He can also be a deep threat for your team. He was so far down on that Packers depth chart that I just think that he was just being undervalued. And now he's going into free agency. He's not going to be a high price tag. He's still only 25 years old. And at 6'2", 204 pounds, he could be that guy for you. I mean, 724 yards, 6 touchdowns, 55 receptions. That's a guy you look at. I know it's funny looking at him with the Guardian cap on, excuse me, but in his last 4 years, they have all been consistent. No, he is not going to be your number one wide receiver, but if you get him for your third or second behind Kayshon Boutte and put him in there, I think that he'd be a perfect fit for this team. I really like Doubs. I wanted the Patriots to go after him at the trade deadline because he's going to be cheap. He's not going to be expensive, and you still get a lot of production with Romeo Doubs. And Spotrac, his contract, 4 years, $48 million. You do the math, that is what? 12? Is that 12? That is $12 million a year. It's 4 years, $12 million a year. Sign me the F up. If you even traded for A.J. Brown, or let's say they do sign Alec Pierce, you can get Romeo Doubs for $12 million, and you can afford that. I would sign him no matter what. Get him on the team. I think with a top quarterback with Drake Maye, he could help this time and help this receiving core. That is weak. And specifically, if you're not fully worried about him, then you have him right there as your guy that goes underneath and could literally be a good guy for this team. The last guy on my list is Shaheed for the Seahawks. What do I call him? I mean, he's kind of like Alec Pierce light. He is lightning fast, as our Saints Now host has said, the need for speed, Shaheed. He could be an option for this team, and it was kind of expected that, excuse me, that he was going to re-sign with the Seahawks, but now is going to test the free agent market. And once you test the free agent market, it's most likely that you're not going to re-sign with the team. So I think the Patriots could look in to Rashid Shaheed. I mean, he's played in a ton of games this season, has some pretty good stats. 6 foot, 128 pounds. He's only 27 years old. 2 touchdowns. He's not going to be your guy that is going to get 60 targets per season, but I think, or 80 targets per season, but I think he is going to be a good number 3 option on the team. I mean, your last 4 seasons, when he is fully healthy, you can see in 2024 it wasn't healthy, but in 23, 719 yards and 46 receptions. 25, almost 60 catches and almost 700 yards. 2 touchdowns. He is also a great kick returner. He is Alec Pierce light. You get the same with Rashid Shaheed with the speed, but it's not going to cost you as much. It's the lower end Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is probably going to get you a little bit more targets, a little bit more receptions, a little bit better route running, but you still have a deep threat with Rashid Shaheed. He'd still be a great target for Drake Maye. And at half the price, you're not going out and having to pay Rashid Shaheed literally $30 million. You can go out there and pay him for not that much amount of money. So specifically, just like Romeo Doubs, they're only having his market value at about $15 million a year. So would you rather go out and get Rashid Shaheed, who could still be a deep threat, or would you rather go out and get a guy like Alec Pierce and pay him double that for about the same amount of catches? Not the same amount of catches. Not much. Whatever the Patriots do, they have to upgrade the wide receiver core after cutting Diggs. This is the number 1 priority for the team now, because you cannot go into 2026 with Kayshon Boutte, Mac Hollins, and Pop Douglas and Kyle Williams as your 4 best wide receivers. That is not a winning type of receiving core. That's not a winning type of receiving core. You are going to have to sign some players. One of those 5 guys could be on this team and can help the Patriots get back to the Super Bowl in 2026. So before we get on out of here, I'll ask you guys, which wide receiver do you want the Patriots to get? I listed 5 of them. You can list some other guys too. I want A.J. Brown. I'm going to keep going with that. I want A.J. Brown 110%. So let me know down in the comments section. And also, go hit that sub button. We'll be live on Monday for free agency. Whoever the Patriots sign, we got you covered, and we're going to talk it right here on the channel. So make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats. Almost died during that. I got a little scratch in my throat. Oh, my God. During these lives, that usually happens. All right, let's go back on the comments section. What do you mean crazy takes, Trav? Yeah, Pats, you nailed the head on the coffin. Marcus Jones is our punt returner. Rashid Shaheed would be kick returner. Remember what he did against the 49ers? Just ran back to kickoff. Got that COVID cough. I want A.J. Brown. Packers haven't had a real wide receiver 1 since Jordy Nelson. I would compare Alec Pierce to Christian Watson. Solid player. Don't think he's a number 1. If we do sign Alec Pierce and it's $30 million, I'm going to have a generational crash out on here. I'm going to have a generational type crash out. It's not even going to be close. I got you, Trav. Oh, what's going on, Mike Nintendo? How we doing? I see you in the chat now. Devontae Adams, not number one. Devontae Adams was a number one. Devontae Adams was great. Brian Thomas Jr. and Bradley Chubb. Mr. Snoopy, we cannot get Brian Thomas Jr. I can't stress that enough, man. I can't stress that enough. We are not getting BTJ. They're not trading him. Like, I would love Brian Thomas Jr. too. But the Jags are not trading him. They're not getting rid of him. 2.5%, Mike? Oh, that's way off, brother. That's way off. There we go. Oh, I saw that, Trav. I would say the Patriots' chances of getting Alec Pierce is like 65%. Justin, I've seen the beat reporters. I've seen the reports. It's died off. They're not trading him. They're not trading him. If they're going to trade him, it'd be probably at the trade deadline. It's not going to happen right now. All the trade stuff, the wide receiver that is going to get traded, the top two that have been talked about is DJ Moore and A.J. Brown. That's it. It has not been anybody else. I'll explain why. I'll explain why Lord Minato. I would explain why the Bills are screwing over the Patriots. Mike, that's impossible. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, we could get Alec Pierce and A.J. Brown. That's not possible, dude. Justin, yes, I did hear Trent McDuffie was going to be traded. Our Rams host, Jackson Durham, literally the day before Trent McDuffie got traded, was like, we're going to get Trent McDuffie. I can't wait. And I was like, are you serious? He was like, oh, yeah, he's getting traded very soon. And then a day later, he got traded. We have a Jags Now host, Cullen Brown. He doesn't think they're getting traded. He doesn't think they're getting traded. Joshua Santos, shout out your other. Mike Nintendo, Alec Pierce is going to cost you $30 million a year. And when you have $30 million, I'll put this in perspective for you. The Patriots have $55 million in cap space. $55 million in cap space right now. $30 million goes to Alec Pierce. You probably won't be a $30 million cap hit. It'll probably be around 26, so cut that in half. That goes to $24 million left for the Patriots to go out and sign players. You have to sign an edge rusher now. You have to sign an edge rusher now. So let's say they sign a guy like Boye Mafe for $14 million. That it jumps to $10 million. All right, that's cool. You're probably going to get a cap hit you sign him for a 2-year, 3-year deal. That's going to be about $10 million. Or $12 million left. You have $12 million free agency. Then you go out and sign an offensive lineman for a low-end deal like $9 million. So you have a cap hit of about $7 million. So then you have left with $5 million in cap space. Where's A.J. Brown? He is, Mike. Doug, he is. I think you guys are underestimating. He is going for $25 to $30 million. And why? Because he's the only wide receiver in the free agent. Like, it is what it is. You can't get both. You can't get both. And then they're like, oh, well, we could do it in the future. We can get another top wide receiver. Well, then you just paid Christian Gonzalez $140 million. And then in 2 years, you got to pay Drake Maye $300. Now, if I had a prediction on Alec Pierce on where he would go in free agency, I have 3 teams: the Patriots, the Colts, or the Titans. Patriots, Colts, or Titans. He's going $30 million, Mike. Yeah, JSN's going to get paid a ton, but he's on a rookie deal. Pats go Pats. Hashtag Patriots, brother. Oh, let me get to the super chat. Sorry, Joshua Santos. Careful suggesting anyone other than Jettas because the casuals in the chat will say you don't know ball. God forbid we think with our wallet and not our Madden ratings. I mean, any reasonable football fan would know that Jettas Jettis isn't going anywhere. There we go, Pats. Go Pats. We can put that in the mailbag, baby. I mean, all these people have unrealistic expectations for what the Patriots are going to get. So, like, they're like, oh, we can do this. We can do that. No. Patriots get Brown inside Shaheed. I would love that, Mike. I would love that, Mike. I don't know how to pronounce your name. H-H-I-J Bunfrub. I think that's right. He's not a real number one. Yeah, I know. I keep trying to tell people that. I got told 2 days ago in a Patriots group chat on Twitter that I'm in, because I'm in a lot, that it is a possibility of the Patriots getting A.J. Brown, Alec Pierce, and keeping Diggs. And I'm like, dude, you just don't know ball. You don't know how the salary cap works, bro. Jack, you just spoiled the whole second video. You spoiled the whole second video. But that's good. You know ball. Use hashtag Patriots, everybody. Use hashtag Patriots. Would you take Miles over AJ? Yes. But that's 2 firsts. Houday, good question. Good question. I like that question. Alec Pierce is best at number 2? Yeah. I would love him as a number 2. He's not a number 1. Patriots aren't like, no offense to Houday, but when you see a team give multiple wide receivers $30 million, you go in cap hell. And your offensive line stinks, and your defense stinks. Because that is exactly what would happen. Patriots go out and get a top wide receiver. Cool. The Patriots go out and they give their number 2 wide receiver $30 million with Alec Pierce. Cool. Patriots go out and give their quarterback $300 million. Cool. Guess what team just did that? The Cincinnati Bengals. And look at the rest of their roster. The rest of their roster. Their offensive line is so mid, it's scary. Their defense, they're losing Trey Hendrickson because they can't pay Trey Hendrickson. They can't pay Trey Hendrickson, so he's gone. So now they have no edge rushers. You know I'm right, Houday. And I couldn't even name you. They don't even have, like, I couldn't name you their corners. Kish, we are talking about it. We are talking about it. We are talking about it. We are 3 likes away from 100. 3 likes away. Keep asking those questions. All right. Let's get to the second segment. We can push that across too. We are in our sub battle with Texans today. We've gained a couple of subs since then. But I want to beat Jeremy Chugs. Kish, the reason why we're not super talking about the offensive line is because the top offensive lineman is Tyler Linderbaum and Rasheed Walker. So you're not going after those guys because they're going to cost $20 million. Also, Rasheed Walker, I'd argue, is not really better than Wilt Campbell. Yes, Doug. We'll talk about that. I think I talk about that. No, I don't. We'll talk about that at some point on the channel. Doug Williams. We'll talk about that on the channel. Because Juwan Williams could be. Go Pats, go. Appreciate you, man. Always appreciate the new subs. I'd move. Steven, have you been watching my videos? I'm pretty sure I've made that video. Sign Wyatt Teller, move Jared Wilson to center, and trade or cut Garrett Bradbury. Pretty sure I've talked about that. Good choice. All right. We got 100 likes and 100 people still watching, so let's get into it. I think that the Buffalo Bills just screwed over the New England Patriots after Thursday's news with the DJ Moore trade. So let's get this going. I'll just count myself in. On Thursday, the Buffalo Bills traded for DJ Moore. And at first I was like, oh, great. They went for an aging wide receiver and traded it away. But then I saw the draft comp and I was like, they just screwed over the New England Patriots. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And if you didn't see the news from this morning, this comes from Tom Pelissero, is that, well, the Bills, they got their wide receiver one. They were sending the 2026 second-round pick to the Bears for DJ Moore for a 2026 fifth-round pick. Pick swap gives Chicago an extra draft ammo to pretty much go after Max Crosby, and Buffalo gets their top wide receiver. It helps the Patriots in a sense of, well, that goes out for a guy that's going there. There was a team that was trying to go after A.J. Brown, but at the same time, a second-round pick for that wide receiver. Oh, boy. Of course, the Bills screw over the Patriots. So, we hate them. We can't stand them. So go down in the comments section right now. Type your F Buffalo. Go down in the comments section. I want to see the whole comments light up. I want to see you guys type your F Buffalo. So why exactly did the Buffalo Bills screw over the New England Patriots? Well, there's two reasons why. Because with the Bills trading for DJ Moore, specifically a second-round pick, that completely bumped up the asking price for A.J. Brown. Completely. Because at first it was like, well, A.J. Brown could go for a second, maybe a fourth, but when you look at DJ Moore, he is not the same wide receiver as A.J. Brown, and you just traded a second-round pick for him. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy because you just screwed over your entire future. W for us for like, oh, well, the Bills are a joke. We're going to load up in the AFC East and dominate that division once again. But a second-round pick, you just completely tanked our chances on getting A.J. Brown for less of what we were trying to trade for him. Because if you look at the two wide receivers side by side, 28, they're both 28. A.J. Brown had 78 catches. DJ Moore had 50. A.J. Brown had over 1,000 yards. DJ Moore had barely almost 700. Yeah, he had a higher yards per catch, but A.J. Brown had more touchdowns. He is a better wide receiver. So now that DJ Moore goes for a second, A.J. Brown has to, and I mean has to go for a first-round pick. If the Patriots wanted to go out and trade for A.J. Brown, which they've been rumored to multiple times, and there have been multiple reports throughout the last couple of weeks that they are interested in A.J. Brown, but they did not like the asking price for him. So it was hoping that time goes on and the Patriots could possibly get him for a second-round pick. That's out the window. And this comes from Benjamin Zolak, who works for ESPN. He said, if DJ Moore for a second, then A.J. Brown for a first, and then some. And then some. And then Adam Schefter went on Pat McAfee's show today, and he talked about the possibility of A.J. Brown getting traded to New England. And he said, I don't believe there's a chance in hell that the Eagles would move A.J. Brown unless it's included a first. They're not open to dealing him the way Chicago Bears were open to dealing DJ Moore. So it helps in a sense of, well, like I said, the Bills are going to be a joke, but now it's going to cost a first-round pick. You also lost your backup plan if you didn't get A.J. Brown because it was possibility of trading for DJ Moore. I'm still giving up a first for A.J. Brown, and I'm not giving Alec Pierce $30 million a year. No. That's not happening. 27? No. 20? Yes. The rest of it? Absolutely not. Now, for A.J. Brown, at this point, I'd give up a first and a third, or a first and Pop Douglas. First and a third, and maybe Pop Douglas. Get him to New England. I need a number one wide receiver. I don't want a guy that we have the potential of being a number one wide receiver. But now that they have DJ Moore, you lost your backup plan, and now you have to give up a first for A.J. Brown. So I'll ask you guys. This is a 50-50 opportunity because a lot of people are going to do this. A lot of people aren't. Are you giving up your first for A.J. Brown? Are you giving up pick 31 for A.J. Brown? You let me know down in the comments section. Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. On the back half of the show, we're talking the latest Patriots news because multiple players have been linked to the New England Patriots on possibly joining the team in NFL free agency. But before we go and do that, get your St. Patrick's Day merch today. chatsports.com/PatsGreen. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. You can get your shirts right now if you want to rep the Patriots while also being out at St. Patrick's Day, because you know I'm going to be going out wearing my green, and I always like to rep the Patriots all the time. So if you want to support the show, support your team, go down in the comments, chatsports.com/PatsGreen. You better order it now, because it's not going to get there quick enough if you order it too late. Once again, chatsports.com/PatsGreen. So here are the two Patriots rumors, and we'll go over these back to back. Jedrick Wills is visiting with the Patriots, and Boye Mafe has been projected and predicted to go to the New England Patriots. But let's start with the offensive tackle that sat out the entire 2025 season rehabbing a knee injury, because we know that the Patriots need to help out and get their offensive line better after what we saw in the Super Bowl. This comes from Jordan Schultz. That came out earlier today, that former Browns offensive tackle Jedrick Wills, who sat out last season to recover from a knee injury, has been on a tour of visits with NFL teams, including the Patriots and with the Lions. Visits are expected to continue into next week. And a former top 10 pick, Wills is just 26 years old and fully expects to be with an NFL team this season. And the Mark Daniels of Mass Live, he went out and confirmed that report that he was meeting with the Patriots, the former number 10 overall pick, and it happened earlier this week. So the Patriots are clearly looking for another offensive lineman. Could he be a backup? Could you put him rotation just in case Morgan Moses doesn't work out this offseason and doesn't end up playing? But I will say in 2024, when he did play, he only played 5 games, and he has been hurt a lot. He's been hurt a ton. And if you look at his PFF grades, they've just been okay. All right. I mean, a 53 overall grade, 63.6. His run blocking grade is worse than his pass blocking grade, but he has like the tangibles to be a good offensive tackle. I mean, there's a reason why he went top 10, only 3 sacks allowed, but that's 3 in 5 games. I would definitely say I'm rather taking Will Campbell at the left tackle spot, but it's short term. And it's also a Morgan Moses replacement, because I think that the Patriots have just 1 year left of Moses. And with Vidarian Lowe being a free agent, and I don't know if he's going to be able to return, that is someone you could put for him on the back end as a backup. Because when you look at this offensive line depth chart, you have no depth. You don't. And Marcus Bryant and Vidarian Lowe's a free agent. Caden Wallace is a guard. Ben Brown is a center guard. And you don't have much depth. Thayer Mumford Jr. is not coming back. So you have to kind of assume that you're going to get a backup in free agency. And if that's Wills, that would be a good one. But another part of the offense or part of the team that they're trying to improve is the offensive line and the edge room. And you know that the Patriots are going into free agency looking at 2 options. They are looking at a wide receiver, and they're also looking at potential edge rushers on the team. And that's where it brings in, well, guess what? A guy that we just saw in the Super Bowl. Boye Mafe of the Seattle Seahawks. He has been predicted to be a New England Patriot, and that is according to Chad Graff of The Athletic. He had a list of all the predictions that he was making throughout the offseason, and he said that it was going to be Boye Mafe. Here's the full quote from him. Mafe had a breakout second season when he notched 9 sacks in 2023. But after Mike Macdonald took over Seattle Seahawks and they bulked up their D-line, Mafe was relegated to a rotational player. He was on the field for just half of the snaps for Seattle's defensive snaps last season, but he was disruptive. And the Patriots showed last year in signing Milton Williams that they aren't afraid to sign a defensive lineman who was just a rotational player on a really good defense. And he said the Patriots signed Mafe to a 4-year, $76 million deal. Edge rushers are expensive. And Jalen Phillips probably lands big money deal around $100 million. So the Patriots pivot to a pass rusher with good length while hoping to draft someone they can develop. Excuse me. But if you look at his last 4 years, you could see that 2023 where he was the focal point of the defense. 16 QB hits, 6 pass breakups, 9 sacks. And in 17 games 2025, I mean, still a very good player. 31 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 5 pass breakups. He can get to the quarterback. And you see it. You specifically saw it during that playoff run, because when he was in, he made an impact. So I think the Patriots see that rotation piece and be like, we could play him on the outside. He could be a perfect K'Lavon Chaisson replacement, because you have him, is going to be a free agent, Anthony Jennings, and then you have Elijah Ponder. And also the guy that you just signed earlier today, Jesse, I can't remember his last name, but I still think that you're going to need somebody that's going to be a starter. And the Patriots, they tried during the regular season, during the trade deadline. They were rumored to all these trades, and then nothing happened. But this comes from Albert Breer, aggregated from Carlos A. Lopez. Great follow on Twitter. And the Patriots tried to call the Seahawks before the deadline to trade for Boye Mafe. And then I wouldn't be surprised if New England is aggressive in their pursuit of Mafe now that he is testing the free agent market. So I would perfectly get him. I would love him on this team. For the value, $76 million, I'd sign him in a heartbeat. And I think he fits this Patriot system perfectly. I would do that right now because you're going to have to get some edge rushers on a lesser deal because we heard that rumor that they are going to be outpriced, specifically with a Jalen Phillips or obviously a Trey Hendrickson. But this is a nice third option to have on your team across from Harold Landry. And on the inside, Christian Barmore, if he's still here, and Milton Williams because he is an absolute dog. So I'm signing him. I'll ask you guys, though. Would you sign Boye Mafe? Go down in the comments section. Give me an S for sign or give me a P for pass. I want to know from you guys. So go down in the comments section. And also while you're down there, go hit that sub button. We got a lot of free agent moves that are going to be coming next week. Monday, we will be live, so don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now. And as always, let's go Pats. Whew. United, I'm not a Celtics fan, bro. I'm just saying. Tatum is back tomorrow for all you Celtics fans out there. He's back tomorrow. If you're not going to like my Celtics takes if I start to give them on this channel, so I'm just not going to do it. Do I think Detroit is a championship contender? Yes. But they have no experience at all. They have no experience whatsoever. Cade has never been in a deep playoff run. Jalen Duren has never been in a deep playoff run. So they're the 1 seed right now. I think the Celtics would beat them. I think the Knicks would beat them. I don't know about the Cavs. Sorry, Houday. I just don't believe in the Cavs. You'd bet your ass that's the take, Joshua. I'm a Mets fan, Trevor. I am a Mets fan. Oh, I am a gigantic hater. I will admit that. I think Jaylen Brown is an amazing player, and I think he's going to request a trade after the season. Nah, F the Yankees. I hate them. Detroit's defense is better than OKC, in my opinion. Yeah, but OKC has the whistle. They have the whistle.
OKC has a very solid amount of role players. They have drafted well. They have made the right free agent signings and the right trades. If you're going to hate on success,
I'm going to hate on the refs.
You're going to hate on the refs. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a great excuse for when any team loses, you know?
That was so bad yesterday. It was so bad. It was so bad. It depends, Joshua. I mean, the chemistry, I think, is just going to be okay. I mean, you can't just plop some dude back in there after an Achilles tear and just expect him to be back to what he was and just completely change the way you play basketball because the ball has to be in his hands. Has to be in Zero's hands. Has to be in Zero's hands. And now Jaylen Brown has to be the off-the-ball player again. I don't think he's okay with that. He already has a title. So why would he go out? He's like, I already got paid. I already have a title. What else do I want to have? I want to be the number one guy. And he proved it that he can be the number one guy with Tatum out. Trevor Clark. Because someone asked, because people kept talking about Tatum returning tomorrow. Because football is over. Exactly. Go to Celtics Today. There's a reason why Smitty hosts Celtics Today and I host Patriots Today, because he is a Celtics fan and not a Patriots fan, and I'm a Patriots fan and not a Celtics fan. You got NASCAR, go Pats. Aninas. How we doing? How many questions we got? Basketball, the second best sport in my opinion. I mean, it's my second favorite. There goes Jack's question. If we don't trade pick 31, who would you rather, edge or O-line in the first round? I did go O-line, but now Monroe Freeling is going apparently in the top 15. He's apparently going to go in the top 15, so that's out of the question. So probably an edge rusher. Zion Young, Akeem Mesidor, R. Mason Thomas. Seven or eight. Get your questions in, guys. We need more questions. I also, when I'm doing it, I start from the bottom and just go to the top. So, like, if you're all squirreling around, you kind of get mixed up on where you are. Yes, we can. Oh, damn. Bob Harlan passed away. That is Kevin Harlan's dad and a huge Packers GM. You can go to J-Rod's super chat first. So, yeah, we'll do the opening. We'll do the weigh-in. Rage, you have to put hashtag Patriots. Marvin Harrison. Mr. Snoopy, the rumor is we offered a first and a third for A.J. Brown. According to Bobby Thomas. Or Thompson. Bobby Thompson. That was the report. That was the report. Or a second. It was something. They made an offer, and obviously if they made an offer and it was accepted, then we'd be talking about A.J. Brown. But no offer was accepted. But the rumor is the Patriots made an offer. What do you think about Max? I don't even know who that is. I hope your recovery is good, Pats. Go Pats. We need more questions, guys. There we go, Rage. Hashtag Patriots. Tackle for Maye shoot. I'd have to look at him, man. It has been so quick turnaround that I haven't got to look at many prospects like I did with the Combine last week. But we went to the goddamn Super Bowl. We went to the goddamn Super Bowl. Audible Kingdom. Ask a question. Hashtag Patriots. Glow's World. Hashtag Patriots. Bruce Connection. I need a question, brother. Hashtag Patriots. We'll get like 3 more and then we'll get started. He's a dog. I'll go watch the tape. I don't watch offensive line tape for fun. Hashtag Patriots. NFL Pro. Hashtag, not at Patriots. Dante Thornton Jr., he's a dog. He's just okay. I'm a big, proponent of, if you're a great wide receiver, I probably said this at the beginning of the show, I don't care who your quarterback is. I really don't. So don't give me the excuse. I can make the same exact argument. Well, Kayshon Boutte had Jacoby Brissett and Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi his first couple of years, and that's why that's why he wasn't as good. It's a lazy excuse.
How many yards did Justin Jefferson have with 9? this season?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000.
And 80 catches.
Funny how that works.
Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow half the season out still had like 1,400 catches and 120 or 1,400 yards and 120 catches. Like, and he was dealing with Joe Flacco. And who was the other? Was Browning still on the team?
Yeah, they had Browning for a little bit.
Yeah, Browning and Joe Flacco still had 1,400 yards, still had 120 catches. So, where's the quarterback excuse there? But no, with Alec Pierce, it was Anthony Richardson and Phillip Rivers. Like, it's a lazy take.
Big Phil would have gotten in the ball if he could have.
He did, the final game.
He did.
And, like, he had 6 catches, Alec Pierce, and I'm pretty sure in that final game he had 2 touchdowns. I think he had 2 touchdowns in the final game. Yes, he did. In week 18, he had 2 touchdowns. So, like, and he had 2 touchdowns in San Fran. So, he had 6 touchdowns total. So, before week 16, he had 2 touchdowns on the season. And I'm supposed to give him that much money?
How much money do you think those 2 touchdowns alone will get him in free agency? I mean, because if we're looking at a 4-touchdown receiver as opposed to a 6-touchdown receiver, how much of a difference does that make?
Probably about $10 million.
Let that sink in.
90 skateboarder. Dude, don't get me started on the 90 skateboarders. I played Tony Hawk all the time. Would I take Jonathan Grenard? I was going to do a video today on Jonathan Grenard, and then the trade happened. All right, I think we have enough. Your boy Trav. I mean, I want to say it was probably a week ago on my PC. I have this PS2 emulator, so I have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for the PS1. I was playing Rocket Power on my for PS2. Who's the hardest team we're facing on the schedule next season? Probably. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, the Broncos are tough. The Packers are tough. The Lions are tough. Our home schedule is super easy. Well, that's my bad. Does it work, Santos? Because I've seen those things on the TikTok shop, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that money. It never works. There are rumors the Giants draft Jeremiah Love. The Titans are drafting Jeremiah Love. The Titans are going to draft Jeremiah Love. Seahawks, don't we play the Seahawks? The Seahawks are losing a lot of people, Issei Moro. Hude, how could I forget? Not Lido, did I see your super chat? Oh, we did get a super chat. All right, we'll go to that in the mailbag too. So go to his super chat first, Ethan, and then go to J-Rod's super chat, and then we'll get to the actual questions. Yes. Hope we play the Lions in Munich. I hope so. I think it's going to happen to Sobe. I think it's going to happen. All right. We still got 100 people. You can still ask your questions while we're in the mailbag. You can still go and ask them. Bad coaching, Steven. Also, everybody got hurt. Let me get to my script. All right. You can push me across, and I'll start my timer. Yeah, about 13 to 14 minutes for the mailbag. All right, let's get this started. I'll count myself in. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and as we do on every single live show, we got a mailbag because I love answering all your questions that you guys ask about the New England Patriots from a Patriots fan myself. And this week's batch of questions mostly has to do with free agency because it is less than 1 week away, actually a couple days away now, next Monday. And guess what? We're going to be live for it. Live for NFL free agency, probably 11 o'clock Eastern time, and we're going to be going through every single move that happens. Just kind of hanging out, talking free agency, And if the Patriots make a move, we got you covered, and we give a full analysis. So make sure you hit that sub button right now so you do not miss out. All right, let's get to the first question here. Not Lead 03 coming in with a $2 super chat. What position group did you like the most throughout the NFL Combine? From what I saw, I will tell you right now, I do not like the quarterbacks. Not many quarterbacks threw. Drew Aller threw, and I think that he bumped his draft stock up a bunch. But I really like the linebackers here, and that includes edge rushers and normal ones. Like, I like Arvell Reese. I like David Bailey. I really think that what's the dude's name? The one that was just an absolute Sonny Styles. He is an amazing player. I think you are getting a lot of guys on the defensive side that really impressed throughout the NFL Combine. The offense is just kind of but a lot of the people nowadays in the NFL Combine, they just work out at their pro days. And they just say, we're not going to work out at the NFL Combine. Throughout the last couple of weeks, I've been giving like RAS scores, and a lot of them it's just they don't even have workouts done. So it's hard to say, but I would say the linebackers are probably the edges in specifically the best group that I liked at the NFL Combine. Appreciate your super chat. J-Rod, we trade Pop. Appreciate your $10 super chat, by the way. We trade Pop or Mac, I'm assuming Mac Hollins, for a 5th or 6th round pick each. Then we sign Rashid Shaheed to be our fast wide receiver 2, and then get A.J. Brown for our number 1 pick and the 5th and 6th round picks. Then we draft Jacoby. That gives us wide receiver 1, 2, and a future young core. I mean, that is out of the box. Like, it's out of the ordinary. It's a possibility, but I don't know. It depends on how much you want to give for A.J. Brown. We saw the Bills trade a 2nd-round pick for DJ Moore, and A.J. Brown is twice the wide receiver for DJ Moore. So now you're going to have to give a 1st-round pick. I'm giving away that 31st pick. Then go after Rashid Shaheed. He's going to cost probably around $15 million. You can afford that. So I'm okay with that. And I'm also okay with trading away Pop Douglas. He has 1 year left in his contract. I don't know if he's still going to be here. Matt Collins, though, I want him to stay. I like his blocking ability, man. I also think he's just a good locker room guy. I want him here. But appreciate your $10 super chat, my guy. Houday, the Bengals fan himself that always comes to the Patriots because he's a real one. And I appreciate you all the time, Houday. What is your biggest area of concern on the Patriots offense after a possible trade or signing of a Diggs replacement? I mean, I'm concerned about the offensive line. I'm concerned about the wide receivers because right now you're going in after cutting Diggs. Currently, as of this recording, you have Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins, Kyle Williams. Who am I missing? Pop Douglas, Efton Chisholm. That's it. So you're going to have to find somebody. And we need to improve that offensive line after last year. After last season, what we saw in the Super Bowl, it was bad. It was really bad. And hopefully Will Campbell gets healthier. They said it was his knee that was bothering him. That's why he was so bad in the Super Bowl, but why didn't you play him? And I also want to move Jared Wilson to center and find a new left guard. So that is my concerns. I'm not really concerned about the defense at all. DJ Silky Smooth. Any potential cut candidates the Patriots could sign next week. So what you're saying is guys that are expected to get cut, like how we are expected to cut Diggs, and could become a free agent and we can sign. Well, there's a bunch of cut candidates on the team, and we already got announced that one guy was getting cut earlier on Thursday morning, and that was Darnell Mooney. But these are also 4 guys that I could see getting cut, and I would be all for all of these 4 guys. Like if Darnell Mooney wants to come to the Patriots on a 5-year, $1 million deal, 1 year, $5 million deal. I can't speak English. Malik Hooker, you need a safety if you're not going to re-sign Jalen Hawkins. Cole Kmet we'll get to in a second. And Rashawn Gary is a replacement if they decide to get rid of Christian Barmore. Rashawn Gary, he was the number 1 recruit coming out of my class in 2016. That's the only reason why I remember him. And he's been a solid guy. I think he's a good interior defensive lineman. But the one person that I'm looking at more than anybody on this list, because I think Jalen Hawkins is going to resign, is Cole Kmet, the tight end that is currently in Chicago. He's only 26 years old, but he is an absolute beast. I think he is so underrated. 6'6", 256 pounds, coming out of Notre Dame, and he had his best season back in 2023 before Caleb Williams got there and before, of course, Colston Loveland got there. That's why his season was so bad in 2025. I don't think it was because of his just ability. I think it's because Colston Loveland is a top 3 tight end in the NFL. in 2024, though, but that's what you want out of your tight end. You want a guy that's going to score touchdowns and going to get you about 500 yards per season. And I think if you pair him with a quarterback like Drake Maye, it's just going to elevate his game. And when you look at the Titans depth chart, right now, it is Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. Well, guess what? This is going to change on when the league year starts on Monday because Austin Hooper is a set free agent. So right now, you just have Hunter Henry and C.J. Dupree. And there are rumblings and there are rumors about Hunter Henry possibly being a cut candidate. So even if you got rid of Hunter Henry or kept him, I think that Cole Kmet would fit perfectly on this offense. He would be a perfect Austin Hooper replacement. I think he would be a great blocking tight end, a great tight end too, and be able to go out and catch passes. That is the one thing that you can have. You can have a great guy that can block, and also at the same time catch passes. Now, even if the Bears didn't release him, I'd still throw in a 6th-round pick and try to trade for Cole Kmet because I guarantee you the Bears are going to try to see some value. So why the hell not? You have a ton of 6th-round picks. You got 4 of them in particular. Go out and trade for him. But I would also try to get him if he is released. What would you guys do? Would you sign Cole Kmet if the Bears released him? Go down in the comments section. Give me an S for sign or give me a P for pass. I'm signing him in a heartbeat. I've been a big fan of Cole Kmet. He was also on my fantasy team 2 years ago. We'll get to more of your questions in just a second, but first, get your merch today. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and if you want your green shirts, because guess what? You go out to a bar and you're not wearing green, they're going to make fun of you. And you don't want that to happen. But also, if you want to wear your green at the bar while you're drinking, and also repping the Patriots, because who doesn't like talking sports at the bar? So get your shirts today, chatsports.com/PatsGreen. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. $29.99 for a t-shirt. It's cheap, it's comfortable, it's nice, and you also get to support our channel, get to support the show. So make sure you go get your t-shirt today. Go down in the comments section, chatsports.com/PatsGreen. Back to the questions. Joshua W., which is Joshua Santos, I'm pretty sure. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. available? If so, would you rather go after someone like him over A.J. Brown and Alec Pierce simply because of his age and price tag? If so, what's the trade package that you would offer to him? I probably wouldn't go over after Marvin Harrison. Look, I say it all the freaking time. I think if you're a great wide receiver, you still get the statistics and you still get the stats even when your quarterback is mid. I watched Jacoby Brissett with the Patriots and when he was over in Arizona, and he was throwing 40-something times per game. And I can look at Marvin Harrison Jr.'s stats right now, and he is underperformed throughout the last couple of years. 41 catches, 608 yards, and in 2024, in his rookie year, 62 catches. I don't know if I'm going to go after him. Justin Jefferson with 9 in his quarterback still had 1,000 yards. Jamar Chase still had 1,000 yards, 1,400 yards with Jake Browning and Joe Flacco was his quarterback. So I'm not going after him. But the price tag I would give if you had to ask, I'd probably give a 3rd or a 4th for him. I'd rather have A.J. Brown. And honestly, I'd probably rather have Alec Pierce too. Trevor Clark. Should the Pats sign Mike Evans or trade up and draft a number 1 wide receiver? I would cite Mike Evans. It depends on for what price, though. Is he willing to sign for like $13 million 1 year? Because it's short term. He's going to be 33 years old when the season starts. This isn't going to be your long-term option. But I like the opportunity of having him with a 1 or a 2-year option where you can sign him and still look for a top wide receiver. If you go out and gives $27 to $30 million to Alec Pierce, you can completely knock off any chance of finding a number 1 target, any chance of finding a number 1 wide receiver. With Mike Evans, you still leave that window open, and I still think he has something left in the tank. So if you can get him on the low-end contract, yeah, I'd go for him. Stacks! Do you think we should get Isaiah Likely in free agency? So I just talked about Cole Kmet earlier in this video. I think that he would be a perfect number 1 or number 2, but Isaiah Likely is my top target in free agency for a tight end. I am going after Isaiah Likely, and we saw him go on Kay Adams yesterday, if you pay attention, or Tuesday, whenever the day it was, and he was asked the question, do you want to, would you like to be back in New England? Because that's where he's from, and he's like, dude, this would be amazing if I could go back home. I would go after Isaiah Likely. I don't think he's going to cost that much money. I still think he's going to be a top target. Yeah, he wasn't the number one guy. You had Mark Andrews right there. But you pair him with Drake Maye, he's got the size, his blocking ability, and be that number one guy because I still think he'd be pretty good. That's if, that would be only if Hunter Henry gets cut. Even though I'd probably still go after him, I'd probably still sign him to a good deal, maybe $13 million. But Isaiah Likely, number one tight end on my target, and then Cole Kmet is number two with a trade or if he gets cut. This will be our last question. Mike Nintendo Master, always appreciate you coming in to our chat every single week. What will Gonzalez's new contract look like, or will he be traded? There's a lot of people that will be traded, or that will want him to be traded. Like this one guy, Tony, that comes into our chat every single week and all on our videos. He's not getting traded. He is the best cornerback in football. But the question that Mike is asking, what will his new contract look like? Well, I say it is going to be probably around 4 years, $140 million. He's going to look at what Sauce got. He got $30 million and became the highest paid cornerback in football. Then you reset the market. The salary cap goes up $22 million. So he's going to want more money. It's also a couple years after that. He has showed that he is proven to be the top cornerback in football, and I think that he's going to get $35 million a year. 4 years, $140 million. It's a lot of money. It's going to be the most money that any Patriots ever made in history. It's going to be the most money that every quarterback has made in history, but he deserves it. He's not getting traded. He is staying right here in New England. Appreciate your question, Mike, and appreciate everybody that tunes into our mailbags every single week. Always love it. We do it every single mailbag, so if you missed out, come join our lives every single week. And if you don't want to miss out, go and hit that sub button, turn on those notifications. We'll also be live on Monday talking free agency all day long. Don't miss out on that. Hit that sub button, and as always, let's go Pats. Trav got snubbed. Oh, I'm sorry, Trav. You were on the mailbag last week. Pats go Pats. Didn't make the mailbag, but can you? Yeah, of course I can answer it, my guy. What team in the NFC are you most afraid of? Scared on their schedule and coaches and everything? Probably the Broncos on the AFC side. I think the Broncos are going to be the best team in the AFC. I mean, you always can't forget about the Chiefs and Mahomes, but they're not going to have any money to pay any players. You got in the mailbag last week, Trav. You can relax. But it is not my fault. But on the AFC side, yeah. I mean, on the NFC side, the 49ers, when they're healthy, are a threat. You always got to think about the Lions. You got to think about the Packers. I think the Bears are going to be really good, especially if they get Max Crosby. So I would say around them. I mean, my prediction at the beginning of the year was Lions-Chiefs. You guys can't make fun of my guy Ethan like that, man. Can't say El Producer. We can't get to all the questions. We do mailbags every week. Come join the week after.
I think you guys will survive. It's not that deep. We'll do it next week. Free agency, it's going to be awesome. Ask your questions then.
We'll probably do a mailbag on free agency day, especially if the Patriots don't make any moves. Because if they don't make any moves on Monday, I'm going to be pissed.
I think we all are.
Carlos, is it true that the Patriots made an offer for A.J. Brown? Look, there's this one guy, Bobby Thompson, and the Patriots beat that says the Pats made an offer. I don't know how credible that is, but I'll say this. If the Patriots made an offer and the Eagles liked it, A.J. Brown would be a Patriot already. You can bring that up. Yeah, Jack Collier. We're out on Crosby. Yeah. It is down to pretty much the Bears. Do you want to trade 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby? That's it. And the answer is, if you're the Patriots, it's no, I don't. I don't want to trade 2 firsts for Max Crosby. Not at all. Peppers, could you get Lively and Kmet? Yeah. Cole Kmet, if he gets cut, he's going to get like a $7 million contract. United, you're happy Diggs is gone. Look, I'm happy he's gone in a sense of cap space, but, I mean, I liked him. No, I don't like Trey Hendrickson because he's going to get a ton of money. So, no. As a player, yeah, I do. I love Trey Hendrickson. But way too much money. For his age, no, not at all. Where do I think? I think Diggs goes to Denver. I'm not going to lie. I think Diggs goes to Denver. He was supposed to be a Bronco. And he said, I'm going to choose the Patriots over the Broncos. So now, the Broncos aren't making any moves. They're going to go out and get K9. They're going to get Kenneth Walker. And what else? What other money are they going to have to do? They're going to give Diggs probably a 1-year, $12 million contract with incentive-based. And he'll go do what he did in Denver. Is he going to have the same year with the Patriots? Absolutely not. They have Bo Nix as their quarterback. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All righty, guys. It is 5 o'clock in Central Time, and it is my start for weekend. I'll answer Joseph's question before we get on out of here. What would this year's first, next year's second, and Barmore would be too much for Crosby and their fourth? So, Joseph, I'll say this before we get on out of here. I talked to Mitchell Renz, who is the Raiders Report host, and he tells me that the Raiders have this policy that if you have any off-the-field issues, they will not take you. They will not sign you. They will not have you on the team. So, Christian Barmore has off-the-field issues. He will not be a Las Vegas Raider. That's it. Kyle Williams in the rotation, he's got to get better. Simple as that. He's got to get better. Chris Clark, you joined in when we're getting out of here, but I appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Henry Ruggs got cut, Jack. He got cut. He got cut. He's not on the team anymore. So yeah, the second he got like criminal activity, gone. So yeah, it's just what I've heard. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will be live Monday. Chris Clark will be live Monday. Monday. Don't miss out. 10 o'clock. We'll be live at 11 o'clock Eastern time. 11 o'clock Eastern time. Maybe we'll give this football away. Depends on how many super chats we get. Maybe we'll give this ball away. I like it, but it should be getting out. So we will see you guys on Monday. Hit that sub button, guys. And as always, let's go Pats.